Hey, welcome back. Have you ever had that weird feeling where a helpful piece of AI is right there on your screen, but you just can't see it? Well, today we're going to figure out why it so often feels like AI is wearing an invisibility cloak. So let's just cut right to the chase with a pretty wild statement. What if I told you your brain is, quite literally, designed to ignore AI? I mean, does this sound familiar? You're deep in focus, you're in the zone, and then later you realize some super helpful AI feature was trying to get your attention the whole time, but your brain just completely filtered it out. Think about it. That little red squiggly line from spell check you just gloss right over. The autofill prompt you totally ignore, only to type out the exact same thing by hand. Oh, and my personal favorite, clicking close on a critical pop-up without even registering a single word it said. Yeah, we've all been there. The thing is, this isn't just some personal quirk. It's a real thing, and it's what we're digging into today. The AI invisibility cloak. Let's get into the mystery behind these digital blind spots we all seem to have. And let me be super clear, this has nothing to do with being bad with technology. It is not just you. There is a real, honest-to-goodness, neurological reason our brains have such a hard time seeing and processing AI stuff. Okay, so to really get what's going on in there, let's use a simple but really powerful analogy. Just imagine for a minute that your brain is run like a giant company, and we're about to meet the key players in your mind's C-suite. So first up, right at the top, you've got your cognitive control. This is the CEO of your brain. This department sets the big picture goals, it directs your attention, and it makes all the final calls. It's the one telling everybody else what to focus on. And then you have the visual regions. Think of this as your company's surveillance department. Its only job is to gather all the raw, unfiltered data coming in from the outside world, everything your eyes see. It's like a massive wall of security monitors just taking it all in. Now, for any of this to actually mean anything, for you to consciously notice something you see, the CEO needs a perfect, crystal clear phone line to that surveillance team. The CEO has to be able to pick up the phone and say, hey, that flashing thing over there, that's important. Focus on that. And this, right here, brings us to the absolute heart of the problem. It all boils down to what scientists call a top-down disconnect. It's basically a major breakdown in your brain's internal communication network. You see, that communication system has a name. It's called top-down processing. And it's your brain's incredible knack for using the goals set by the CEO, your cognitive control, to make sense of all that raw info flooding in from the surveillance team, your visual regions. Right, and this is the whole shebang right here, for reasons we're only just starting to figure out. When the surveillance team spots something generated by AI, that phone line to the CEO's office gets super staticky. The message just doesn't get through clearly. And look, this isn't just a fun metaphor. This is grounded in actual science. Research shows there are, and I'm quoting here, weaker connections between cognitive control and visual regions when we're interacting with AI stimuli. That static on the line, it's a real measurable thing happening in your brain. So what does this all mean? The connection between our brain's CEO and its security team gets fuzzy when AI is involved. What does that actually look like in our day-to-day lives? Well, let's talk about the real-world consequences. This top-down disconnect is the culprit behind all those frustrations we mentioned. It's exactly why we ignore automated suggestions, miss those critical alerts, and completely overlook helpful tools. And the result? We end up working slower and getting that nagging feeling that we're constantly fighting the very software that's supposed to be helping us. But here's the most important part to remember. Your brain isn't failing. It's not broken. It's actually doing exactly what it evolved to do. It's just not wired to prioritize artificial digital input in the same way it prioritizes things from the natural world. So where do we go from here? I mean, knowing all this isn't just a cool neuroscience fact. It totally changes how we should think about designing technology. It's all about designing for our brains, not trying to force our brains to work against their nature. Really. The biggest thing to take away from all this is that we finally have a clear scientific why behind our AI blind spots. It's not a user error, it's not you doing something wrong. It's a fundamental feature of being human. And that leaves us with a really fascinating question for the future, doesn't it? Now that we know this disconnect exists, what's the move? Do we try to train our brains to get better at seeing AI? Or should we be designing AI that finally learns how to speak our brain's native language? Kind of makes you think. Thanks for tuning in.